Okay, let's start another silent run. Could do the daily, that's true. If I were interested in lulls. Nobody wants lulls around here. We're like very serious Slay the Spire experts here on twitch.tv/Vegetablebread. Rare card, 100 gold, 12 max HP. 12 max HP is terrible. Curses are also terrible. This is one of the worst possible high variant rolls. And boss relic swap. Probably going to do a swap. I don't see anything jumping out here. We've got a kind of a mid-act Mega Elite option. Actually, I like this left path better because there's an extra fire here and there, and it still gets 3 elites. 4 fights before the first elite is fine because there's a fire before the elite too. Yeah, this is a great swap. Oh lord. Wristblade. It's happening. GIF. Give me those shivs. Trying not to take too much damage against Spike Slime. Could get lethal next turn. But we didn't. Boo. Get that 7 damage neutralized in there. Hiya. This is not what we're looking for. These aren't the things. Yeah, you can swap in a tiny house. It is unfortunate when that happens. I would say tiny house is less bad than ectoplasm, though. Ectoplasm and potentially busted crown are both like run killers, whereas tiny house is just you don't get a boss relic, which is like not that bad. But being deprived of 2 of the most important metagame resources is super rough. I guess we take Skewer here. Skewer's fine. I definitely don't want poison stuff, and Skewer's great. Move a card. Do we feel strong enough with just by seeing Wristblade? Yeah, let's remove a defend. Wristblade is so strong. Boss swap into Inserter just means you don't get a boss relic for Act 1. You're still really strong, right? Oops, shouldn't you play the Strike there? I'm actually gonna restart the fight and not play the Strike. I always thought it was Whirlwind, and Whirlwind does less damage than Strikes, but it's not Whirlwind, it's Skewer. Skewer does more damage than Strikes. At least 1 strike and 1 defend is happening. Likely lethal next turn. But I will spend a strike to increase the chance. I guess the lethal would have required neutralized next turn. Yeah. Would have been lethal anyway. Seriously? Could take Fumes. Fumes is fine, even in a Shiv deck. I don't know. Could take a Concentrate. No, we're not doing Fumes. Screw that. We're getting Shivs. I would take an Accuracy now. We don't even have any Shivs yet. It is a good card. But like Concentrate's good too, right? Concentrate can hit. We are against Hexaghost. People love Outmaneuver. I do not love Outmaneuver. I've never been a fan. Can somebody like convince me to like Outmaneuver? I like only pick Outmaneuver when it is amazing, basically. Otherwise, it just doesn't do much, right? Like we have to fight Gremlin Knob. Do you really want an Outmaneuver in your deck when you have to fight Gremlin Knob? Like any of these cards are curses, right? But like Concentrate can do busted stuff with acrobatics later and do infinites and crazy stuff. Noxious Fumes can like win fights on its own. Outmaneuver is just like meh. Tets. There's no X cards for silent. We have an X card in our deck. Skewer in the deck. I think Outmaneuver got big time better at last patch when all the base attacks got better. Huh. Is that true? I guess outmaneuver does encourage us to pick card draw, right? Yeah, Malaise too. Silent has excellent X-Cost cards. You crazy tits. The only class with bad X-Cost cards is Watcher. Watcher's X-Cost cards are unimpressive. That's right, Conjure Blade. I'm talking to you. Alright, we're going to pick Outmaneuver because people are trying to convince me to do it, and I never do it. And I don't really want either of these cards in this deck. It's just, I don't want to do an Acrobatics deck. Yeah, no, Skewer's a way better Conjure Blade. Yeah, I'm not trying to change your mind on that. Skewer's 100 times better than Conjure Blade. Like, Skewer Plus even does more damage than Conjure Blade. Conjure Blade's 9 times X, Skewer is 10 times X. It's no contest. Alright, let's pick the Outmaneuver. Get a bunch of card draw. Do some silly stuff. Skewer him for 2 kills him. Neutralize defend, blocks the other one, sure. Yeah, we did have a good thing going with Runic Pyramid. It's a good deck, just didn't win. I mean, I screwed it up. For sure. I'm gonna eat that one. That's all on me. That's a shift card. Not good against Gremlin Knob. Getting a little worried here. Maybe I should have taken the Fumes. Alright, we've got Skewer. We'll be fine. We'll just upgrade the Skewer. First hard pool. Target the buffing one. He's scarier. That's true. Neutralize strike kills him, but then this guy hits us for 9. I guess that's the damage reduction line, right? Take 4. Hiya! Does Skewer work with Wristblade? No. The only time Skewer costs 0 is when you play it for 0. I think if it did do damage when you played it for 0, it would work. In fact, actually, if you play it with a Chemex and you have 0, does it hit for extra? I think it might. Masterful Stab does work. Just never take damage. I mean, we need to get stronger, so it's either Masterful Stab or Sneaky Strike here. It's never Heel Hook. It's not strong enough. Heel Hook is a maybe if we took the Concentrate and we were trying to do infinites. But Masterful Stab is like really, really aggro. Even if it costs 1, it's like still 1 for 12. That's a Wild Strike. Obviously, when it costs 1 million, it's not very useful. But we're in Act 1. And we need to win it. Sneaky Strike is good, though. We could just take Sneaky Strike. Yeah, Masterful Stab often is unplayable, but on turn 1, it's super useful. Like, Wristblades is going to be really strong later. We need to be strong right now, and I think the thing that makes us strong right now is Masterful Stab. So I'm going to take it. I don't think I've ever upgraded a Masterful Stab, so I don't know what it does. Only 4 extra damage? Ew. Masterful Stab Plus should get like 20 damage at least. So it's Skewer then, by a mile. Okay, Skewer, let's do it. You and me, we got this. Where's that Noxious Fumes? Yeah, we got a Wristblade. Whooshing. do love a wrist blade. I'm sorry you missed the last run, Bad Terrence. Last run was really fun. Okay, so this is 16. Then we can skewer him for 2. If we had anything interesting to do with the rest of the hand, that would be fun. Cloak plus is sick. Oh, yeah. Maybe should have done that. I think Skewer is probably still the pick, but yeah, it is good. Zero cost Chemical X Skewer does not get damage from Wristblade. That's very strange. I would not have expected that. Yeah, this could be a glug moment. Seems like taking 20 is pretty bad. Are we hoping for Wraith Form? Wraith Form seems like both very useful and existentially terrifying. Last run was a very slow fumes burst bouncing flask thing with Pyramid. It was really fun. We killed it by voluntarily fighting the second half of Thwack. I just like don't even think about Thwack. I'm just like victory. Always click victory because it's a really good fight and usually it's not that hard. But like Pyramid and Wounds is bad and really slow deck with all skills is super bad. So I just like totally didn't think about it and had no chance basically. We also had a fairy in a bottle, but it didn't matter. I guess we do outmaneuver. It looks like we're going to have probably at least 4 energy of useful stuff to do next turn. If we were going to drink the power pot, we should have done it on a 1, right? Because if we were looking for fumes, I think we're just going to try and hold the power pot. It's like what do we take like a footwork or something? I'm struggling to imagine the upside here. 1,000 Cuts is super good in this deck. Or in this fight. After Image helps us block a little bit. It's not a bad power bot. Caltrops does a bit of damage. I don't know, that's not good. Yeah, I think we'll try to save it. Okay. So that and this, or Strike? Maybe Strike. Yeah, let's just Strike. Yeah, kill left makes sense for maximizing damage. I did get perfect efficiency there, but maybe could have done other stuff. That's always getting played because it's a ton of damage. Putting him at 12 seems pretty appealing. Shouldn't be able to attack again. Sweet. That's a perfect sentry hand right there. Double defense strike. I'd love to see that. This hand's a little bit less good. Take 10 to do 30 and guarantee he never attacks again, or take 5 and miss 10 damage. I think it's take 5, miss 10 damage. Doing 20 still means he probably never attacks again. I'm gonna risk it. Let's see, what's the density here? So we don't get to play Masterful Set. I guess it only costs 2, right? So, and if it hits for 12, that plus Strike would kill him. Cloak and Dagger neutralized does 15. That actually doesn't kill him. He'd be at 17. So we actually have to land like either Masterful Stab and one other attack, or all 3 of these, which is kind of a lot. We do draw like most of these cards though over 2 turns. Yeah, I think we're likely to get it, but it could not line up. Ooh, uh-oh. Spooky. It's still likely to line up. Please? Oh my god, we missed it. Are you serious? Wait, no, this still works, doesn't it? Yeah, this still works. Okay. Yeah, I think the only way to miss it was, like, was Masterful Stab on the bottom and Cloak and Dagger or Neutralize on the bottom. Those two had to be the last two cards. But we almost missed it. Infinite Blades? Huh. It's not amazing, but it does 8 damage a turn. Yeah, Meat on the Bone's great, especially at half health. Probably means we're taking upgrades of these fires. Meat on the Bone, Masterful Stab is pretty bad. It's like, you're allowed to take 12 damage a fight, and this one says you're allowed to take no damage every fight. We could Flying Knee for even more energy. Outmaneuver Flying Knee. This card said Shiv on it. Like, surely that's gotta be good enough. 8 damage a turn. It's kind of like a Noxious Fumes, but more front-loaded. So what's frustrating about being a Shiv deck is like you want things that synergize with playing a lot of attacks, but the best things that synergize with playing a lot of attacks are relics, and you can't control which relics you get by and large. You can buy relics, but you want like Shuriken and Kunai and Ornamental Fan, and like you can't control if you get those or not. They just happen randomly. There are like Finisher and Choke and stuff, but those aren't actually very good. Yeah, Infinite Blades is pretty poor. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it. It's damage, right? It's fine. Alright, so upgrades on Cloak and Dagger, I assume is first. For what it's worth, I've been really impressed with Finisher over the last month or so. Yeah, I think we would definitely take a Finisher in this deck. So I assume it's Cloak and Dagger. Could be Neutralize or Infinite Blades. Yeah, Choke seems better to me too, but wait, Choke does not go through Nemesis Intangible. Thanks for the follow. Cookie for comparison. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. I would hate to be compared to a cookie, though. I mean, how do you compete? I'll just take a Cloak. Well, I guess Cloak and Dagger and Infinite Blades both give us extra shivs, right? This gives 1 extra shiv per shuffle. This gives a shiv like 1 or 2 turns earlier. I guess once per shuffle is better. Okay. Shop? No. No shop. Lizard Tail? Okay. Apparently we're immortal. It's Infinite Blades next. Masterful Stab's upgrade is so poor. I don't understand why this card's got such a bad upgrade. Yeah, the boot definitely goes through Nemesis Intangible, but Choke does not. And if you have a Choke and the boot, your Choke will do 1 damage. The boot only applies to attack damage. Choke is damage from a debuff, not an attack. I mean, the damage from the attack that triggers the Choke will go through with boot. Or it'll do 5 with boot. It's a very complicated situation. I'm going to take Infinite Blades Plus. I think. Maybe it's Neutralize Plus. I don't really care when I play Infinite Blades, I guess. It's not really better on turn 1 than any other turn. And drawing it on turn 1 is maybe not always good. Yeah, I'm going to do Neutralize. Okay. Golden Idol. Seems pretty free. It does reduce our split point for Meat on the Bone. But I think it's worth it. Okay, ideally we take 1 damage in the fight. I'm going to restart the fight and drink the power pot. I don't know what I'm saving it for. If we get 1,000 Cuts or Envenom, we definitely want it immediately. Fumes. Afterimage is pretty good too. Could just shuffle a Wraith form away. I think think we're fast enough. We don't need Wraith Form. Let's see, how much damage does Fumes do? What's the expectation if we sign up for beta testing? I don't have an option anywhere to sign up for beta testing. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean for the playtest? It's definitely not a beta. Yeah. Okay, so playtest is like an hour phone call between you and me, where you play the game and I take notes. That's basically what you should expect. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Fumes doesn't do that much damage, but if it gets us a kill one turn earlier, then it's super worth, right? Oh, I don't think it's ever Wraith Form. I mean, Wraith Form is pickable, but if we're like shuffling and playing Wraith Form, we've become very slow. I think we're trying to kill pretty quickly here. I think it's probably After Image. I think After Image probably maximizes our post-fight health the most. Oh, hey, congratulations! Winning Ascension 20. Yeah, now your next goal is the Ascension 20 heart kills. And that's pretty much it. Once you've got that, that's you've done it. Go collect all the achievements, I guess. So I guess the real question is, does Fumes get us a turn earlier, right? So Cloak and Dagger does 16 this turn, 16 plus. Strike is 6, so 22. So he's going to be at 63 at the end of the turn. If we Fumes, he does 2 damage the following turn, and then 3 damage the turn after that, ideally, so 5 damage. He's at 63. We skewer for 3 at some point. So he's at 33. Masterful Stab. So he's at 21. Neutralize for 7. Triple Strike is ideally getting there. So Fumes basically cuts out a whole strike. Cutting out a strike is pretty good. So then we can skewer Masterful Stab, double strike. Yeah, because Masterful Stab's probably going to cost 1, right? So we can't really play Masterful Stab triple strike on the same turn. So if we want to kill him with 6 energy, we have to pick Fumes now. Okay, great. Figured him out. Oh, we are going to play Masterful Stab for 0. Alright, ignore me. We have lethal next turn as long as we get Skewer. Fumes didn't help. I guess it was After Image. After Image would have given us more post-fight health. Whatever. Specimen, huh? Weird. Finisher versus Cloak and Dagger. I think it's probably Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, apparently we should have saved the power pot. We didn't need it. Man, this deck wanted to be a poison deck really badly, but the buff swap says no. I think we just take another Cloak and Dagger. I don't think Finisher's good enough. I don't know. It's pretty good. Finisher, Cloak and Dagger, Infinite Blades, Masterful Stab. It's a lot of attacks on a turn. Yeah, it's just that Cloak and Dagger is kind of unbelievable. We get an... oh, I thought we got an upgrade next floor. I thought for some reason we were here. Also, we're against Hexaghost. Hexaghost pollutes your deck with burns. So I don't want to be relying on Finisher for damage against him. Transform a card. Probably Strike. Do we have enough damage? No, I don't have enough damage to be transforming Strike. Boy, Skewer Plus is a lot of damage. So I would like to transform a strike because they're bad. But I need the damage against Hexaghost. So I think I'm going to transform a defend instead. Could transform outmaneuver. It's kind of a strange decision to add a card to your deck intentionally and then transform it. I think it's probably better than a random card, right? It's probably better than a defend as well. We have a skewer. It like does stuff. It's a 3 energy deck. It might help us play a 10 cost Masterful Stab at some point. Quick Slash, okay. Let me go check out that bread. Boy, that last half hour did a world of difference against that, to that bread. It was a goopy mess a half hour ago. Now it's starting to shape up. Probably pass screen door test next, stretch and fold. It's a Quick Slash, huh? That's a lot of damage. Quick Slash helps with the outmaneuver. We want to get some card draw, so. Yeah, Bad Terrence has got a pretty good rule of thumb there for what to remove. I do caution people against playing by a script. You know, you have to listen to your deck and see what you need. Masterful Stab. Do we want to get Infinite Blades established before we wake him up? I don't think we care. I think we just outmaneuver now and wake him up immediately. We get weak next turn, too. Okay. We have 5 energy and a Quick Slash. Let's go. Do we have our Liquid Memories right now? Probably no. It's probably just Infinite Blades, Double Defense, Strike, take 5. And then next turn, Skewer for a bunch. I kind of wish we could Masterful Stab again, though. Or, like, not take any damage for Masterful Stab. Either one of those. Cloak and Daggers are good. Block for 12. We're never not taking damage here. I guess we could theoretically Liquid Memory as a survivor. I think we just have to deal with a 2-cost Masterful Stab. We've got Meat on the Bone online. And Lethal, actually. Alright. Wow, all the healing. Meat on the Bone, meal ticket, technically a Lizard Tail's healing. There's the choke. Seems pretty good. Cloak and Dagger is an excellent choke card. Okay. Sold. I think we're smithing. 36 is kind of an unfortunate health total against Hexaghost. Rather be at 35. Choke Plus is quite good. If you're going to have a choke, probably want to Choke Plus. And Cloak and Dagger Plus is a highlight in a Wristblade deck. Cloak and Dagger Plus has a much higher drawn played rate than Choke. Choke only gets played if it's like actually got something to do in the hand. Cloak and Dagger gets played pretty much every time we draw it. 35 is better than 36 because Hexaghost measures your health. and then his behavior depends on what your health divided by 12 is. So for each increment of 12, he does 1 extra damage on his turn 2 multi-attack. The marginal value of 1 health, when that health represents a new value for Hexaghost, is -5, assuming that you're not overblocking on turn 2. So if we were at 35, we would effectively be at 5 health higher. So Cloak and Dagger has a higher drawn played rate. Choke does a lot of damage. I think I'm going to go with the Cloak and Dagger. 8 extra damage is a lot. It's hard to get 8 extra damage out of Choke Upgrade. We'd have to play Choke Upgrade and then 4 cards, which is more than this deck can currently do. Although I guess technically with Distilled Chaos we can. Okay. Nope, you were not misremembering. He does change his behavior. Alright, get to use all of our energy on attacking turn 1. It's nice. Do we just go all in here? We could choke Liquid Memories, choke Distilled Chaos, play a ton of cards. Distilled Chaos can hit Skewer, which is bad. Can also hit Ascender's Bane. Not a lot of exciting targets. We probably do want to play Distilled Chaos. We don't have any block, and he's hitting for 24. So really, the question is just do we double choke? We could also Liquid Memories a Cloak and Dagger. Let's see, how much damage does double choke represent? So the second choke is 12 plus 9, 12, and then 9 more. So 21 damage. Plus 12. So ends up being 33 extra damage for the choke. 33 damage Liquid Memories is maybe not enough. It does a lot, though. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna do it. So I guess we should have upgraded the choke. Because getting this number up to 10 would be kind of insane. Darn. We'll get the neutralize, that blocked her a lot. We were going for, like, Survivor Infinite Blades outmaneuver, or maybe, like, Survivor neutralize Infinite Blades or something like that. Whatever, this is fine. Infinite Blades is always getting played at least 1 strike, or I guess we could Survivor outmaneuver. Our Masterful Stab already costs 4, so that one's done. If you're going to Chaos, do it before Choke so Skewer can hit for 30, or after to get extra triggers. After for extra triggers, definitely for me. I don't really want to Chaos into Skewer. I think it's just Strike Survivor. This fight's deceiving, because it looks like we're ahead of the curve, but we need to be, like, way ahead of the curve. We have all the energy, so we'll do all the things. Looks like we're okay. I'll Cloak and Dagger to block the burn damage. It's already more damage than Skewer per energy, so 16 versus 10. Yeah, we have gobs of damage here. Is this lethal? Choke, Quick Slash, Shuffles, Shiv, so it's 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 8 is 26, plus another 8 is 34. He's at 31. Okay. Easy peasy. Phantasmal Killer is pretty good. Doubling my damage. Doesn't work with Choke. And does work with Finisher for the... Just to say that. We probably could have afforded to remove a defend there. It looks like we had plenty of damage. Or remove a strike instead of a defend. Might have been a mistake. We were a little bit over the top. Phantasmal Killer Plus also does cost 0, so it does 4 extra damage with the Wrist Blade. Just kidding. Boy, if we could get a 0 cost Glass Knife, we would really be slapping. Glass Knife plus 12 would do 16. 32 damage. I don't know how you get a 0 cost Glass Knife. Madness or Snecko Eye. Do we take Snecko Eye? I think we probably do. The Shiv still costs 0. Can make random attacks cost 0 too. Gets 0 cost Choke. Makes the Masterful Stab kind of silly, but Masterful Stab's already kind of silly. Makes Outmaneuver good. Yeah, I think we're definitely yes on Snecko. I think it's funny that the Slay the Spire community, or at least me, has adopted the like terminology from elections. Vote no on B. How will you vote on Measure Snecko Eye? The Teachers Union opposes the Snecko Eye. Don't confuse our children. So the deal with Shiv cards is that they generate 0 cost Shivs, so we don't really care about the original cost. The main point of Snecko is that it draws cards, not that you need expensive cards to make it good. Yeah, exactly. Drawing 7 cards, pretty good. I think I'll just take a Glass Knife. I mean, we do a ton of damage, but like, oh wait, maybe I should take a Phantasmal Killer. Why do we... What kind of deck takes a Phantasmal Killer? I don't really understand when to take Phantasmal Killer and when to take just damage. Like, is Glass Knife more damage than I would do if I did double damage next turn? Well, Ring of the Serpent only draws you 7 cards on 1 turn. There's a lot more than 1 turn in most fights. Ring of the Serpent is great on turn 1. If it did it every turn, it'd be absolutely the best starting relic. But it doesn't. All attacks do double is pretty sweet. We have like quite a bit of like setup-y stuff, so if we can like get a well-laid plans and do an outmaneuver into Skewer Plus with double damage and like a pen nib or something, that seems pretty sick. Okay, let's do this. All right, so no Snecko Eye available. Would have skipped Choke and Quick Slash and Outmaneuver. Yeah, so the Outmaneuver is a bit of a lark. I let chat talk me into it because I wanted to try something new. I never pick Outmaneuver, so I kind of just wanted to try it out. Yeah, let's take Choker. Choker seems great. We never play 6 cards a turn, right? Pandora's Box could give us more 0 cost stuff. Could give us more Shiv generators. I don't think we really care about the defense that much. Gives us 8 new cards. They would be extra shiny. It's kind of just up against Empty Cage, though, right? Like, what does Empty Cage even do here? We just remove 2 strikes. Go down the 18 cards in the deck. It's pretty unexciting. I think I'd rather remove all the strikes than remove 2 strikes. We're not reliant on bites or anything. We'd probably say no to bites. We have meat on the bone and meal ticket. So I think we're pretty happy to see Pandora's Box. Not as happy as if we had an egg, but, you know. Oh, Ring of the Serpent, yeah. If Ring of the Serpent was draw 3 every turn, it would be outstanding. Yeah, it seems like a pretty easy Pandora, so let's just click it. Got an extra Choke and a Finisher, another Infinite Blades. Oh my god, we're gonna go so fast. This is going to be absurd. Reflex draws cards, Adrenaline draws cards, Eviscerate costs 0, Eviscerate Wrist Blades is ultra sick. Second Choke and a Finisher is like way too much, but Endless Agony is super good too. We're gonna go real fast. Second Infinite Blade, this is not good. Okay. Collector. It's true, we are a bit of a glass cannon, but I think we can... Being glass cannon in Act 2 is pretty good. I think I want to go to this shop on my way to that Mega Elite. Do 2 elites first. A couple of question marks. Question marks are not actually very good. Ancient Rating doesn't have the good version. We don't need bites. We probably don't want apparitions either. Yeah, we definitely don't have any block, which is a little bit sad. It did kill us last time when we Pandora's Boxed and got 0 block, so it's something that should give us pause. Also, we got the outmaneuver set up on both Skewer and Malaise now. Huh. 725 hates facing the Collector. That's a little bit confusing. I think Collector is like probably the easiest one. Hyper Beam guy kills me a lot, and Champ like definitely kills me the most of any of them. Collector's usually not too bad. I think this deck we're trying to kill her on or before turn 4, so we don't get the debuffs. Why we don't need Apparition? I mean, Apparitions are good. I don't know. I guess maybe we would take Apparitions. If we're at half health, maybe. I think that the main reason to not take Apparitions is, like, we have 2 chokes and a finisher, so we're, like, really care about the density of attacks in our hand. And Apparitions are notably not attacks. Huh, Collector is the hardest for bad turns, too. I feel like we're pretty good at Act 2 elites. Maybe we do this path instead. This has got more question marks. Why do we want question marks? Oh wait, this one doesn't have a shop. Yeah, we need to get a... Oh, it does have a shop. I guess that's less question marks, though. Okay. Okay, I guess. Is Collector the one with minions that take your cards? No, that's Hyper Beam guy. I don't know what his real name is, but I call him Hyper Beam guy. Bronze Automaton. That sounds like a video game enemy. Sure. I can believe that. Choke Cloak or Phantasmal Killer Cloak Infinite Blades? We haven't played the Phantasmal Killer yet. The choke does 21 damage. Does Phantasmal Killer do 21 damage? Well, does Phantasmal Killer Infinite Blades do 21 damage? Infinite Blades, Phantasmal Killer does 16 damage by itself. So if we do at least 3 damage next turn, this is more damage. So let's do this. We did get an extra daze for that. Lethal? Lethal. Backflip is a block card. Yeah, I do love adding 4 to numbers and then doubling them. it's one of my favorite things to do. Backflip is a block card. Helps on our like payoff turns, right? If we like set up without maneuver and Phantasmal Killer, we can like backflip at Adrenaline, draw a bunch of cards, play a bunch of cards, do silly stuff. Backflip is a good card with choke. You like choke and backflip and do other stuff, and then do a bunch of damage. We also need like a way to block. We can't just be all go. Well, we don't get to land choke here, so it's probably pretty low value. I think we just Phantasmal Killer, Infinite Blades, all the 0-cost attacks. Got a Finisher with a quick blade, quick slash. Let's see what we get. Survivor Reflex too. I guess we're skipping the Survivor Reflex because we have Shiv, Cloak and Dagger Finisher. Which I assume is lethal? Yeah, definitely lethal. Whew boy. very fast. We could take a third Infinite Blades. That seems like a terrible idea. Okay. It seems like we're very bad at deciding when a fight ends. We just, like, we have to go as fast as possible every single turn. So I think we're no on Ritual Dagger. It does say more blades. It is another attack that we could theoretically add to the deck. I'm just, yeah, like, to be good at Ritual Dagger, you have to be in a position where you can block and wait to draw the Ritual Dagger, right? And we're just not in that position. If we wait and try and block, we just die. We do have Meat on the Bone, which is quite good at waiting and setting up and stuff. But I don't want to slow down to pick up a Ritual Dagger. I want to take the money and run. Smash and grab. Go fast. Staying in lines for losers. Sure, what do you got? Ooh, more potions. Okay. Duplicator. I'm gonna have a think about this. This is a very complicated duplicator. Okay, so frontrunners are like Skewer, Cloak and Dagger, Eviscerate, Malaise, Adrenaline, Endless Agony. Reflex? I love Reflex, but it seems like a stretch here. Okay, so maybe Neutralize is there's an argument for that. So Skewer, Neutralize, Cloak and Dagger, Eviscerate, Malaise, Adrenaline, Reflex. It's just like the middle column cards for some reason. Maybe Endless Agony. Adrenaline seems great, plays a bunch of cards. We've got 2 chokes, so playing a bunch of cards on a turn seems really important to us. Reflex, kind of the same. Just draw a bunch of cards, do a bunch of silly stuff. We don't really have the energy to support a Reflex currently. It's kind of awkward. Malaise gives us a way to disable Book of Stabbing. I think our main way of disabling Book of Stabbing is to destroy him, but Malaise does a pretty good job of that. It seems like we're definitely going to build around the Eviscerate eventually. Eviscerate seems like eventually it's the strongest card in the deck, outside of maybe Cloak and Dagger. Because it does 13 times 3. And on a Phantasmal Killer, does 26 times 3 for 0. Which is absurd. And we already want to pick a bunch of card draws because or a bunch of discard because we have a Reflex in the deck. So that seems nice. Cloak and Dagger seems like a really obvious pick. It's definitely the best card in the deck right now. Blocks for 6, deals 16 damage, triggers Choke and Finisher really well. And Skewer was the best card in the deck in Act 1. I'm not sure why we would upgrade it now. Doesn't seem like the best anymore. Neutralize hits for 8, does 2 weak. That's a crazy card. I would definitely like add a Neutralize Plus to the deck. I think it's just Neutralize versus Cloak and Dagger Plus. Duplication Shrines are weird because it's a card reward that has every card in your deck in it. It's like, which of the cards that you already have do you want another one of? Yeah, I think it's just Cloak and Dagger Plus again. Okay. Slavers. Ooh, terrible draw. We could just Gambler's Brew here. Gambler's Brew everything except for the Eviscerate. Get a free Eviscerate. Maybe we hold the Finisher. So we just discard like Reflex, Malaise, Choke. Draw 5 cards. Get a free Eviscerate and a Finisher. That seems pretty good. Alright, we got another Choke. And an Adrenaline. I think we might be able to kill 2 Slavers this turn. This one does 33 damage. This is going to do a lot of damage, but how much? We didn't draw any of our Cloak and Daggers. We still have 2 draws left, but I want to play Choke before Adrenaline. So we need to kind of commit to a target before we know how many attacks we get. I guess, like, worst case scenario, if we Adrenaline into nothing, we can still kill Red Slaver, right? Because, like, we get 1, 2, 3 attacks in hand. So this will do at least 18. 18 plus 33 is already 51. So that we can't miss if we choke. Yeah, we're going to kill the red one for sure. The question is, can we also kill the blue one? Could kill Taskmaster. It's allowed. He does the least damage, so generally I like to kill the other ones. Okay, so we've added a Quick Slash. We still missed on Cloak and Dagger. Unfortunately, if we draw a Cloak and Dagger now, we probably won't play it, because we need to play Quick Slash and Finisher. So maybe we play Phantasmal Killer instead. Give up on Blue Slaver this turn, and the next turn kill him with Cloak and Daggers. Yeah, maybe we should have saved the Gambler's Brew, because it is really good in this deck, but I don't want to disrespect Slavers. Slavers are quite strong. Hmm. 33 damage to him means he's at 27. We can't kill him with these two, that's only 16. So I think we do end up with Eviscerate and Finisher on Red Slaver, as we predicted. It's kind of unfortunate. Because we do overkill a little bit, I think. I guess it's actually just about perfect. Okay. Three extra choke damage from the zero-cost skewer there. We want to take 7 more damage. I think we just let him punch us. Oh wait, no. We can't do that. We have to play Cloak and Dagger. Double Infinite Blade or Backflip? Do we want to take 2 or 0? He's going to be hitting for 9 next turn. If we take 2 now, we go to 35. Can we block for 4 next turn? No. How do we do this? Yeah, if you're so slow that the wounds are a problem, then the other slavers are going to kill you, right? So you can't afford to be that slow in this fight, really, at all. I don't really see the path to taking 7 here. If we just don't block next turn at all, we take 9. Yeah, let's backflip Infinite Blades and then not block at all next turn, and then kill him the following turn. No, that's silly, right? I don't want to get killed trying to optimize my meat on the bone. It's just that we can't, like, block for 2, you know? Alright, I'm gonna do it. I guess 2 shivs now is probably just the same as what Infinite Blades would do. Infinite Blades has a higher upside, though. And it gets out of the deck. I don't want to shuffle shivs. Double Infinite guarantees it if you take the full slap. Oh, that's true. I see what you mean. Can we use Malaise to get hit for... So next turn he'll have 10 strength. If we Malaise, he hits for 6. Yeah, we definitely have lethal here. Yeah, chat is correct. Lethal is available. But we can have +5 health. I want to get to exactly 30. 30. I'm not satisfied with just getting close. So if the Cloak and Dagger melees this turn, we block out, and he's weak. He hits for 6 next turn, which is really inconvenient. But then the following turn, does he hit for 7? 11 should round down to 7, right? 11 times 0.75. Oh wait, will he still be weak the following turn? No, it'll round up to 8. Oh wait, no, 10 is going to round to 7. Yeah, so we can block this turn completely. And then if we melees for 2... No, if we melees for 2, he's not going to hit for enough damage. Damn it. What if we melees for 1? No, because then he's not weak next turn. If he isn't weak next turn... What happens if we melees for 3 right now? If we melees for 3, he goes down to 6 natural damage, goes down to 4, and then... This is so stupid. And then he'll hit for 7 natural next turn. 7 natural with weak turns into 5. But we can't block for 2. I'm gonna go look at the bread. This bread's gonna be great. It's got really good gluten structure. I can see those little little blister bubbles forming beneath the surface. Did the initial shaping. It's gonna be good. Okay. All right. Back to thinking about how to take exactly 7 damage. No more, no less. I'm assuming killing him next turn is not a problem, right? We have 32 damage right now. Yeah, we're generating a Shiv next turn. Should be fine. We can kill him whenever we want. So maybe we take 0 this turn and 0 next turn, and figure out a way to kill him to take exactly 7 the following. So if we melees for 2 this turn, and then wait 2 turns, what is he doing? So he'll be back to his current strength, hitting for 9. And we can't block for 2, so that's not helpful. Is there any number that rounds to 11? Or rounds to 7? Like 11 times 0.75 is 8. Oh, it's 10. So we need him to hit for 10 with weak, right? And he hits for 10 next turn if we don't melees him. So yeah, we just don't melees him, right? We draw neutralize next turn. That's how we do it. And if we don't draw neutralize, we just take 10, and that's fine. Oh, we can't do this Shiv because then neutralize kills him. Shoot. Okay. Ha! Give me that 7 damage. Who's the Taskmaster now? Gave him a task. He did it. Alright. Yeah, we're getting to exactly 30 so that we can proc meat on the bone. Okay. Excellent. Backstab says 0 on it. But do we need to go faster? It seems like we go so fast right now. And I feel like backstab's a bit of a liability later. By a bit, I mean a ton. But, like, even in Act 3, right, like, killing Orb Walkers, Darklings and stuff, backstab on 1 is fairly useful. It's really just the, like, endgame boss run, where backstab is, like, really not quite good. Yeah, I think we're fast enough. I don't need backstab. If you have a coconut channel point reward, you should have a showbread channel point redemption. I should, but then, okay, there's a couple of problems with that, Miranda. Problem number 1, people will redeem it while I'm not making bread and don't have any bread, and I'll be like, I don't have any bread for you, what do I do? Refund? Problem number 2 is the bread is not always easy to move, and doesn't always look very good. So I'd be showing you like a glass bowl that looks like it's full of goop. And like right now I can't move it. It looks good. They're like little dumplings of dough sitting on the counter, but I can't show it because I don't have a camera over there. Maybe if I had a camera over there, then I could do it, but it's a good idea. So I think we're skipping here. I said goop, not poop, is that a show? Come on. Survivor reflex. Okay. Figured to twist my arm. Yeah, seriously. 21. Coming in hot. Masterful Stab gets through the plated armor pretty elegantly. Talk about bread making. So bread making is like a lot of skills. It's like actually like the best skills. It's very easy to start, and it's got like infinite skill scaling, right? Like you can go as deep as you want, and there's still like interesting stuff to learn. Yeah, I think that's actually like a really nice model for video games, right? You want it to be like super easy to dive into, right? Like that's why they make games free to play, right? So you can just like, there's no regret involved. You're just like, if you kind of like the trailer, you just click the button, right? It's easy. So you want to like remove all the friction from somebody getting their first experience. Just talking about both bread making and video games. And then you want the mountain climb of the to the peak to be as like interesting and rewarding as possible. And bread does probably a better job of doing that than any video game, right? Because bread is like, it's physical. You get to use your hands. It's tactile. It feels good and delicious, right? Like, how can you? Video games can't reward you with actual physical food. It's like cheating. So. What I'm saying is, stop playing video games and start making bread. It's great. I guess we'll quick slash just see a card. Almost always cloak and daggering. Right. There is some RNG for sure. I have baked pot brownies, and the quick mix is more like casual gaming. Sure, yeah, that's reasonable. Alright, so I don't think we're going to accomplish taking one in this fight. Doesn't seem reasonable. We can, like, choke malaise. I guess choke malaise skewer. We have to choose between malaise and skewer, and we've only got 3 energy, so it's a bit of an uncomfortable choice. Yeah, I think choke malaise skewer is the line. Not my favorite line. Alright, now we got all the cloak and daggers. I guess we're gonna backflip, so we should have backflipped first. Adrenaline draws exactly these 2 cards. Sure. Oops. One extra energy. One of these cards. Probably Phantasmal Killer. Okay. So what if we made a game that produced IRL bread? Would that be game-breaking or meta-defining? People do stuff like that. There's like an alt control at the Game Developers Conference, or GDC. Deflect seems okay with 2 chokes in the deck. We do need some block. We can't just only have cloak and daggers, right? I mean, if we could have only cloak and daggers, I would, but we can't find that many. Do we need the block? Yeah, deflect with no footwork is unimpressive. I think the idea is that we have a lot of card draw, and so we're drawing it with like reflex and adrenaline and backflip and stuff, so it doesn't really cost us that much to draw. But I don't know if that is reality, right? It seems like kind of a poor decision. All right, I think we're gonna skip here and fight more elites. Yeah, it's so the people who do stuff like that, they don't really like do a great job. I haven't ever played an alt control game where I'm like, this is incredible, this is going to change everything. It's mostly just like, you did it. What'd you do? Okay, so I think the line here is Cloak and Dagger and then Forge Pot, and then choke on leader, kill both of the gremlins. It seems like a pretty good line. Get upgraded shivs. Actually, yeah, it's upgraded shivs are better than 2 damage, right? So I think we want a weakened leader for next turn, so we're going to have to waste a little bit of damage. Could have played attack bot that turn too, just to get a little bit extra damage, but I don't think it's justified. Phantasmal Killer Malaise is okay. He's already so strong. Maybe we just Phantasmal Killer Cloak and Dagger Skewer. Trying to rush him down. Yeah, Miranda, Time Eater. There's a couple of other caveats there. Time Eater, Chosen, and the Heart are sort of the main ones. I think this is always happening. And Malaise is nice. Malaise extends the week. Yeah, I don't think 16 damage is worth as much as 1 strength here. Second time in a row, Malaise and Skewer drawn on the same turn. Is this lethal? Choke Stab, Cloak and Dagger. 24 plus 32 is 56, plus these are each hitting for 16, so another 32. 56 plus 32 is a number. 56 plus 32 is 88, and we get plus 12 damage from the choke, so it's 100, so we're off by 1. I cannot believe we're off by 1 right now. Yeah, attack bot, we can get there, but do we instead try and take the legendary 7 damage again? We can actually do 7 damage pretty easily this turn. Kill both gremlins, Cloak and Dagger backflip. Yeah, if we, I mean, he can't attack next turn, and if we kill both gremlins, he's likely to summon. So we have 2 turns to kill him. I think we can pull it off and take exactly 7 again. So we block for 11, kill both. I guess we see what backflip draws first before we technically decide. Hoo-hoo. Adrenaline. So we probably do have lethal now, but we want to get close to lethal rather than actual lethal. I feel like I should write a song about being at exactly 30 health. I feel like this is like what this deck is all about. Okay. We've been working that meat on the bone really hard. Acrobatics seems incredible. It's green, does exactly what this deck wants to do. Yeah, Paper Crane just got taken. Paper Crane's super good. We already have a Neutralize plus, too. No other sources of weak, but it's kind of enough. Especially if we're going to take Acrobatics here. Yeah, I think we're almost certainly taking Acrobatics. Let's draw a lot of cards, play a lot of cards, do some choke stuff. Okay, Pantograph. Holy crap. We got the line of relics from the last run coming back. Alright, here's our shop. Dude, up to 57. That's insane. We have so much healing. We were at 30. We have meat on the bone. Meal ticket. Got Pantograph, too. Ridiculous. Chemex is pretty good in a deck with a Skewer and a Malaise. Do we have 5? 1, 2, 3. Does this count? 4, 5, 6. if White Beast statue counts. White Beast statue's always kind of an asterisk. Escape plane's not bad here either. We could take a Chemex, or a Singing Bowl, that's technically a healing relic. Get a 7th one. Do you count Pair? Pair kind of counts. Can't afford both, though. It seems like Chemex is incredible here. We should definitely pick Chemex. Probably we're removing a card. We have Pandora's Box, so presumably there's something that's really bad. Actually, it was a really good Pandora's Box, huh? Maybe it's like second choke or quick slash that we get rid of. If you play Skewer for 4 with Chemex, does Blade work on it? So actually, Sir Artemal tested this earlier, and even if you play Skewer for 0, Chemex does not work. Or, sorry, Chemex does work. Wristblade does not work. Yeah, it does not work. Apparently. According to Sir Artemal. So if we do Chemex card remove, we've still got, like, 200 gold. Yeah, I know, right? It seems like it should count. Forethought's actually not crazy. Forethought Wristblades. Dagger Throw could work. Tools the trade. We have an Eviscerate, so getting extra discards. Actually, we should probably take Tools the trade, huh? Because we have Reflex. What are we going to do with all this healing? We're going to eat it. We're going to eat it all. Alright, so let's click Chemex. And then I guess card remove Tools the trade is most of our money. Card remove the Quick Slash. Or the Outmaneuver, maybe. Maneuver definitely has not been good. I feel like Outmaneuver Chemex is going to do some silly stuff later. I'm going to let it stay. Yeah, we could just not remove, that's true as well. But I like spending money. The more money you spend, the harder you snowball. You want to get strong as soon as possible so that you can win stuff easily, so you can accumulate the most resources so that you can stay strong later. Upgrade, looks like. Almost full health, so. Tools gets decosted. Adrenaline draws an extra card. Or no, it doesn't. Gets an extra energy. Eviscerate does a little bit more damage. Malaise gets a little better. A lot of just like little fiddly things get upgraded. Maybe it's Reflex. Draws a lot of extra cards. Yeah, I think it's Reflex. We got an Acrobatics Plus and a Tools to trade over the last couple of floors, so I think we're pretty specced into this Reflex at this point. Are we using Phantasmal a lot? Yeah, Phantasmal's been great. Acrobatics Reflex immediately. How about just like choke Infinite Blades Malaise? We need more like zero cost stuff. I guess like Endless Agony and Neutralize and Adrenaline. Okay, so I'll just choke and then Acrobatics Reflex and maybe Malaise. I need to go take a look at the bread real quick. Okay, sorry about that. We don't need to look at the bread anymore. They are asleep in their bannetons. And we don't have to worry about that. Okay. So it seems like we're just beating up Centurion. And he's probably dead next turn, so we can just Malaise Mystic if we want to. Yeah. Non-vegan plastic bags. Huh. I guess I'm not too surprised by that. Can we Cloak and Dagger, Tools of the Trade, Skewer to kill? Yeah, we definitely can. Actually, just Skewer for 0 kills, right? So let's backflip, try to find some better stuff. Hey, we can Phantasma Killer. Sweet. So Phantasma Killer, Tools of the Trade, Skewer for 0. We don't need a Sunder's Bane, that's for sure. This deck got real strong at some point. I'm not sure exactly when that was, but we are doing really well. Take a dash, a second eviscerate, or a third choke. This one upgraded. Some anti-block additives in polymers are made out of silicon dioxide made out of crushed bug shells. Huh. Interesting. Seems like the easiest source of silicon dioxide is limestone, right? You can just... that's just rocks. Which is technically also crushed bug shells, right? But if you're gonna claim that limestone is non-vegan, you're gonna have some problems, right? You can't, like, drive on roads anymore. Roads aren't vegan. I think we just skip here. I don't think dash is good enough going into Act 3. Eviscerate's getting better though, right? If we take Tools of the Trade and Acrobatics, we're more likely to get a 0-cost Eviscerate. I kind of do want a second one. Because it's just going to do so much damage. Yeah, Pandora's showing the cards is pretty sick. This is a really good Pandora's too. I mean, I say that now, but it could have killed us because we didn't have any block. I think Eviscerate's a take. Sure. Swift Pot versus these. I think these are probably the picks. Well, Swift Pot's probably better than Speed Pot, huh? We don't block much. Okay. And let's go do our Mega Elite. Metallicized Slavers. Okay. Definitely not as good a start against Slavers as we got last time. Let's go ahead and start with Swift Pot and see what we can get. Okay, this is better. So I think we choke Red Slaver, and then yeah, we've got like Adrenaline Skewer and stuff. So I think we're doing the same plan as last time. We want to kill Red Slaver, work on Blue Slaver. So let's choke on Red Slaver just to make sure we can kill him, no matter what Adrenaline does. Okay, so this is going to be, if we do it all to Red Slaver, it's 16 plus 9, which is 25. So then Neutralize would kill him. So we've got plenty of damage. Skewer's probably going to hit Blue Slaver for 20. Let's see, if we could play 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. We've got 1 energy left. 7 cards. Then the choke is doing 21. We only need to find 14 damage for him. Looks like 16 is going to be our min. Okay. So we'll do 16 and the rest to Blue Slaver. It's not quite enough to kill him, so we'll Survivor to block out the damage. Or we could Tools of the Trade. Or Infinite Blades. I think I like Survivor. I want to be at full. Okay. Hopefully we can have a big finisher turn here. I don't think we want to play Choke here. I think we'll end up malaising at the end of the turn. So it's like Cloak and Dagger, Double Shiv, Finisher, Malaise. Unless we want a Phantasmal Killer instead of Finisher. We'll decide when I get there. So Finisher's currently hitting for 24. Phantasmal Killer is going to draw these cards. And actually, let's see, this will do 14 times, so it'll end up doing 21 damage on the Eviscerate alone. But 21's less than 24, so it will be enough damage. No, actually it's more damage to just Finisher. Yes, we should just finish here. Okay. Alright. Cloak and Dagger blocks out. I guess outmaneuver for next turn. Coconut is my cat. Flukanost. Or my wife's cat, to be precise. This is lethal. Okay, full health. Get a Darkstone Variapt. Excellent. Predator, Bouncing Flask, Piercing Whale. Predator's okay. We do have like a choke and stuff. We're trying to set up for future turns with like outmaneuvers and stuff. But I think we've got enough card draw with the Acrobatics and Reflex, Adrenaline, Backflip. I don't think we really want more 2-cost stuff. It's a 3 energy deck, so it's been kind of tough to keep that going. Piercing Whale blocks. I think we're mostly just blocking with Weak and Cloak and Daggers right now. And Weak and Piercing Whale don't go super well together, so I think we're going to skip it. I don't want to mess up the deck. Snecko. Okay. Well, Snecko's kind of horrible for us. Choke, Double Endless Agony, Finisher's kind of cute. Only thing that we'd potentially not play from that is Infinite Blades. I think we'd probably play the Attack Pot too. We're at full health, so we're unlikely to need the Regen Pot. And we have White Beast, so we need to use the potion somewhere. Seems like the screen's fine for it. Oh, second choke, huh? I mean, I guess so, sure. Alright, the back half of this fight can be pretty tricky. Is this lethal? Choke, Phantasmal Killer, Eviscerate? I think no. This ends up doing 18 plus 21. It is lethal. Well, okay then. Second backflip, Bouncing Flask, or Dodge and Roll. I think none of these. Second backflip is probably closest. But I think just no. Not necessary. Alright, we're at full health, so I guess we're taking an upgrade, unless we want to do an early recall. Early recall is not bad. We don't have any really particularly good upgrades. Saving energy on Tools of the Trade, saving energy on Phantasmal Killer, saving energy on Malaise, saving energy on Adrenaline. A lot of sort of 1 energy upgrades. Outmaneuver also gets 1 extra energy. Choke and Finisher get slightly better numbers, so does Backflip and Eviscerate, and Masterful Stab. I guess Phantasmal Killer saves us 1 energy and gets used repeatedly, whereas the other ones save us 1 energy once per game. Tools of Trade, Adrenaline, Malaise, and I guess Outmaneuver does as well. Yeah, let's take Phantasmal Killer Plus. I don't really ever want to skip Phantasmal Killer, so... Alright, I guess we're starting off with a Choke, unless we want to Adrenaline Malaise for extra. But I think we're racing against the clock here on damage. So let's start strong. We'll just develop Tools of Trade and play Malaise. We don't have to... we've got Choker going, but it's not that important. Rather take the extra strength down. There's the Torch Heads. Go ahead and discard this Reflex Plus. No big deal. We do need some more discard to make the Eviscerates go. Having 2-cost Eviscerates in hand is not great. Let's go ahead and kill one of these Torch Heads. Maybe both? It's only 36. This is 42. So 36 versus 42, but then also Infinite Blades. So we're giving up 6 damage to do Infinite Blades, but Infinite Blades is 8 damage next turn. So, or it's actually 16 damage next turn. It's clearly better. Do take some damage. Could drink the regen pot, but I'd like to try and save it. Okay, it looks like she's summoning again, so we'll just leave this Torch Head at low health. Masterful Sub's already pretty useless. There should be another Choke coming up. Yeah, so I think we want to draw a Choke before we play too many cards. Got 3, 6, 7 in hand, so Acrobatics is already safe. I'll just discard Reflex for 1 extra card. Alright, forget it. We're not playing Choke. We're gonna do Cloak and Dagger and Eviscerate. Looks like we were too slow to prevent Collector from debuffing us. I don't think we're killing her next turn. Actually, Masterful Sub is guaranteed useless. But I think that's okay. We're just gonna keep doing what we do. Let's go ahead and weaken Collector for next turn. Might need this regen pot. I was trying to save it, but it looks like we're a little too slow. 26 damage coming in. We can block for 14. It's tough to discard the Skewer, but the Eviscerate's only going to cost 1. I guess we only have 3 energy, so we have to choose, right? If it's both Cloak and Daggers and the Survivor, we don't have room for either Eviscerate, so I guess we'll just discard both. Okay. Should be able to kill Collector next turn with Phantasmal Killer going off. Unless we want to try and take 6 damage. That seems pretty bold at the end of the act. I don't think that's necessary. Is Choke more damage or Cloak and Dagger Acrobatics? Cloak and Dagger Acrobatics can get a finisher. See, Choke is got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 built-in procs. So it does 24 damage. So we need to do 21 other damage. 18, 24 is what we have. So yeah, we have lethal. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I stopped counting at lethal. Alright. Burst Nightmare Doppelganger. Chemx Doppelganger is super sick. I love Chemx Doppelganger. Does Burst do anything? Yes, we can Burst on Cloak and Dagger, which is very nice. Or Adrenaline. It doesn't really work with Phantasmal Killer, but it does technically work. Just gives you two turns in a row. It does not quadruple your damage. Nor does it multiply by 8 or 16. Nightmare probably ends up landing on a Shiv most of the time if we pick it. I don't think we're too excited about Nightmare. I think Doppelganger is the clear pick here. We got the whole gang. We got every single silent X-Cost card. Doppelganger, Malaise, Skewer, and a Chemx. Interesting. Boy, I was hoping for an energy relic here, but Sozu White Beast statue is a pretty big whiff. I said we were yes on Snecko-Eye earlier, but being a 3 energy Snecko-Eye deck is not super exciting. Getting random 0 cost eviscerates is pretty sick though. Also, if you just got like a 1 energy eviscerate, you can decost it down to 0 pretty easily. I think it's probably Snecko-Eye. Draw a bunch of cards. We've got X-Cost cards too, so we've got some resilience against the randomization effect. Also, there's some cards where it just doesn't matter what the cost is, like Reflex. Endless Agony is kind of a bummer, though. Should probably remove the Endless Agony after picking Snecko. Okay. Great, let's grab Snecko. Yeah, it's true. We did pay for the Phantasmal Killer upgrade. We're forced into a shop, which is kind of weird. All roads lead to shop here. We've already got our green key, but we need the other 2. Your Shivs will never be hurt because they're generated. Never unless we shuffle them. It is possible to end up shuffling them, particularly against Time Lord, who is our boss. Shivs against Time Lord. And the crowd says boo. Alright, we got our very first Snecko-Eye card was a 0 cost eviscerate, so I'm feeling pretty rewarded for this decision. I feel like that turns out pretty well for us, if that happens. We need to kill this one, this turn, or this one next turn. I think we probably played Distilled Chaos. Is there any reason not to play that first? Yes, all the X-Cost cards are bad. So we would have spend the energy and then Distilled Chaos. So we can clearly just double eviscerate him to block for 9. I think that's probably what's happening. Okay. Oh, this one only does 21, but still, that's enough. Well, we got the Adrenaline. So it looks like we're gonna keep going. I guess I'll discard a Reflex Plus. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but something. End of turn choke. Alright, sure. Boy, 0 cost choke hits pretty hard. I am a fan of that. This outmaneuver ends up being pretty good now that we have Snecko-Eye. Does Distilled Chaos with X cards use your energy? I thought it didn't. It does. But we had 0 energy when we drew it. At least I'm pretty sure it does. It does, right? You think Time Lord is free? I mean, definitely Malaise is good against him. I think we're probably winning the fight. I don't know if it's free. I hope it's free. Okay. A strength pot. Goodness. Sucker Punch, keep that weak up. Any attack can cost 0, so that's nice. I think I'm pretty happy with my current chokes and eviscerates only for attacks plan. Those ones are pretty good. I don't think I need to delete the deck with the Sucker Punch. The Neutralize is a little bit worse now with Snecko Eye. 4 damage, 2 weak is not something you're really excited to pay 2 for, generally. Pay 1 for it, but not 2. We skip. And on to the question marks. This is where our last run ended. We got too aggressive and fought a sphere fight on floor 36. Experienced the sadness. I'm gonna go ahead and drink the strength pot because we have White Beast statue. So we gotta do something. And I think kill both exploders is the plan. How do we kill Spiker? Choke and a bunch of cards? So it still does not cost the energy, huh? Okay. I was wrong about that. Yeah, we're doing Snecko again. With the strength pot, I feel like we can just kill the exploders even if we do choke on Spiker this turn. I think I want to be playing choke on Spiker. So okay, so we Cloak and Dagger first to block the spike damage return, then we choke on Spiker, take 1. And then we play 2, 5, 6, 7 cards. So he takes a total of 41 damage. And then we have... let's see, these are doing 10 total. So 20 from each, so 40, 50, plus 27. Unfortunately, they're both, like, slightly above 30, right? So we can't kill any of them conveniently. The 27 is going to go on him, and then 1 extra Shiv. And then we'd need 4 more Shivs. But we do have 4 Shivs, right? We've got 5 total Shivs, so we actually should have Leaf on both. Okay. Pretty sure this works out. Sweet. Alright, take 1. Alright, Survivor blocks some damage. And then we, like, choke out maneuver for lethal? Sweet. Okay. Another Eviscerate? I mean, we have to take another Eviscerate, right? Eviscerates are insane now. Snecko Eviscerate is nuts. This is our 3rd Eviscerate? Yeah, 1, 2. Okay. Tesseract. Are there any good Tesseract cards? Do we just skip this? Yeah, we want, like, Panic Buttons, right? Panic Button and, like, Shackles. We have some healing. So I think we're just giving this 10 health and then going to a store. Panacea? Probably not. Discovery hits attacks, and those attacks cost 0, and then Wristblade. It's kind of fun. Mayhem? Mayhem does definitely take the energy, if you hit an X-Cost card. We probably don't want that. Madness does Wristblade stuff. Madness Snecko is not bad. I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's not ridiculously bad. Enlighten. If we have a really bad Snecko turn, Enlightenment can make it better. Mayhem also doesn't consume the energy if you hit an X-Cost? Whoa. Yeah, I guess I'm just crazy. I was so sure that like both Distilled Chaos and Mayhem took the energy, but if Distilled Chaos doesn't, then maybe Mayhem doesn't either. Huh. I think we just skip all these. I don't think Panacea is good enough. Discovery is kind of fun, but it's kind of memey. This is another Panacea. Mayhem. I guess Mayhem with X cost cards is pretty good if it doesn't take the cost. But we could end up like malazing the wrong target. Do I care about that? I don't care about that. Plays free powers. Plays like eviscerates and stuff. Yeah, I guess Mayhem's pretty good here. Okay. And then none of these. I guess we're gonna find out about the Mayhem's X cost stuff, right? Hopefully chat's right. If it doesn't take the cost, it seems like kind of a bonanza. I've never been blown away by Enlightenment Snecko Eye, especially on 3 energy. I think I'm just gonna skip it. Good morning, Sherwins. Okay. Well, one good card is pretty good. Medical kit. Yeah, Discover does have Wristblade synergy. I mentioned that. Yeah, so I'm planning on playing Loop Hero at the end of this run, but the stream's gone kind of long. There's also another Reflex here. So we could do Medkit Reflex. How many discard things do we have? I feel like it's not enough. Maybe we should just abandon the discard plan. It's just Acrobatics and Tools of Trade, right? Removing Endless Agony is pretty nice, too. Removing is very expensive, though. It costs us Medkit. No, I haven't done that. It can lose us a run, though, right? Like, we can find ourselves in... But the deck is so fast that it's hard to imagine, like, shuffling twice and ending up with 5 Endless Agonies in hand. It could happen, but... like, it's something to worry about, but not something to prioritize, I think. Boy, do I love me some Medical Kit. We're against Time Eater, who does not have any Medical Kit synergy. In fact, none of the Act 3 bosses do, now that I think about it. Dazes and Voids from Awaken 1 and Donu Deca, and Slimes are already playable. I guess technically if you're Ironclad, you getting to control the timing of the exhaust can be important. Yeah, I mean, Medkit is for burns for in the Act 4 Elite and the heart statuses, right? Burns and wounds in that fight. I'm just, like, really afraid of... I don't know. I guess I have... I took Pandora earlier today, and now I have PTSD about wounds. And Medkit really doesn't matter that much. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it probably doesn't matter much. It's like 4 health in the Spire Elite. And then, like, draw, I don't know, 3 or 4 cards in the heart fight. It's probably not worth 165 gold. Definitely not as important as Endless Agony remove. Alright, so we're going to skip Medkit, do the Endless Agony remove. And then Reflex or skip. It's really good after Tools of the Trade. It's not that good before Tools of the Trade. And we already have one. It's not that thick of a deck. We get through it in 2 or 3 turns. Do we really want to draw 2 reflexes on the same turn? I think if it was a tactician, maybe yes, but I think as it is, reflexes maybe no. No, reflex is so good these days. Alright, I'm gonna do it. It's like adding -1 cards to the deck. Often. Probably want to get Malaise upgraded before the slime boss fight. What are our priorities here? I knew we were going to go here because of the extra question marks, but like... I don't know what I want. I think I want 2 elites. I don't want the extra shop, that's for sure. I guess I don't really need to fire that badly. So like this elite, and then we'll figure out the back half. My god. Alright, we have to get revenge on for yesterday, right? This deck has got to be fast enough. Let's do it. I don't even care if it's good. I just want revenge. It's gonna be like Poison Pot, Choke, Adrenaline, something. Depends on what Adrenaline draws. Seems like Choke Adrenaline's always happening, so let's just start with that. Snake Eyes messing around here, trying to kill us again. Probably end this turn with Cloak, Malaise, Poison Pot. We could try to Acrobatics for better cards. Is Acrobatics better than Cloak and Dagger? We have 2 reflexes, so Acrobatics draws like 5 cards on average or something. We have 6 cards in hand, so that's not particularly useful. Getting like a 0-cost Eviscerate is obviously good. Or like a 0-cost Choke. Yeah, I guess this is more likely to dig me out of hole than this is. Okay, we got one of those anyway. Okay, so now where do we put the Poison Pot and the Malaise? Seems like the Malaise is probably on the strong one. And Poison Pot on the weak one. Try to kill him. Okay. Also, medkit. Yeah, this is definitely a Shiv deck for sure. Alright, so 33 damage to him would put him at 2. It'd be nice if we could wait for him to die, but I don't think we can. Yeah, it's a very dangerous event. For sure. Drink the regen pot now. Or we could try to get down to 30. But one of those 2 things is happening soon. I think we do this, and then Mayhem Doppelganger. Oh my god, that's the first time Specimen has triggered in the entire run. I totally forgot we had it. That's ridiculous. Okay. Do we have lethal? I don't think so. We can do kind of a cheeky skewer before finisher here. We can do like Choke, Masterful Stab, skewer, finisher. Okay. Oh wow, we have lethal. Well, we're not blocking, and he's hitting us for 24, and that's more than Made on the Bone heals for, so there's no point in thinking about Made on the Bone. Did not see the lethal coming there. Captain's Wheel. Well worth it. What's our limit on eviscerates? Is it 3? Currently we have approximately 1 eviscerate every 10 cards. If we take a 4th eviscerate, we do get collector bonus for the points. And we go up to 1 eviscerate every 8 cards. Wait, 28 divided by 4 is not 8. 7. One eviscerate every 7 cards seems like a lot of eviscerates. But that's just like 1 per hand, right? If we're doing Sneko-Eye. And we kind of want an eviscerate every hand. But sometimes we have a hand with 4 eviscerates, and then like... That's still good though, isn't it? Because then one of them costs 0, and that one does 44 damage. Alright, I don't know what the limit is, but it's higher than 4. So we're doing this elite or this fire? We did just take some damage. I think I'm pretty happy to fight an elite. We're not actually very good at Giant Head. This is a little scary. Choke Tool's Finisher seems okay. Which potion this fight? Probably the regen pot? I guess strength pot is pretty good in this fight too. Yeah, I think I'm pretty intimidated by this fight. How could a Shiv deck not be great against Giant Head? Yeah, I mean, we're okay. I don't know, I don't see us playing, playing more than, like, 6 cards a turn, you know? Like, you want to be playing, like, 10 or 20 cards against Giant Head, ideally. We basically just draw a hand with Sneko-Eye and then play as many cards as we can. We don't play, like, more than that. Could try to block this turn with Backflip. If we regen pot in this fight, and we kill him before he starts doing big attacks, do we get a meat on the bone heal or not? He probably only 13 attacks once. He could do it twice. I guess the expected value is twice, right? He has a 50% on 2 turns. So he's probably gonna hit for 26 in the first phase. And then we heal for on the order of 10. So we take net 13 damage. That's pretty perfect. Okay. So we'll try and save this strength bot. Or we'll drink both. Actually, drink both makes a lot of sense. We get a potion from this fight. We get a potion from this fight, and we're ready for the next elite. So I think I'm gonna drink both. And start with Choke. Not a good start. Okay, this turn's pretty good. I don't think we're playing a 3-cost out maneuver. I think we just skewer for a bunch this turn. Just Infinite Blades, Cloak and Dagger, skewer. Oh wait, we got Doppel too. I mean, we can just Doppel for 2 at the end of the turn. We don't have to actually put energy into it. He did not attack twice, he only attacked once. Okay. Let's start with Choke. Actually, let's start with Phantasmal Killer. No, we want to start with Choke, and then Phantasmal Killer. Actually, I'm going to play Survivor just to decost both Eviscerates to 0. I thought I was going to play Mayhem, but I'm not. Oops, should play melees before the attacks for slows. Alright. Let's start with choke and then backflip. Gross. I guess Cloak and Dagger. And then a bunch of shivs and an Eviscerate. Eviscerate last for slow proc. Oh, we got there. Oh, shoot. Wow. I assumed we were taking a bunch of damage, but we did not. Concentrate Afterimage Expertise. Concentrate with two reflexes is okay. Hold on just a second. Okay, so after image, it seems like we're struggling for ways to block, and we do play like, I don't know, 6 or 7 cards this turn. Hey, Spitty. 6 or 7 block per turn, it's pretty reasonable. It's like a better metallicize. Yeah, it's okay against the heart. It's not amazing. Actually, Concentrate's quite a bit better with Ice Cream, huh? Maybe we should consider that. Ice Cream makes outmaneuver a little better, too. With Ice Cream, we can just do, like, a big malaise. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Concentrate. Concentrate big malaise is, like, a pretty reasonable way to beat Time Eater. I got after image too, but alright, let's start off with Choke. And see what Adrenaline's got for us. Snecko will make Concentrate more expensive, yes. Alright, another Choke. And some zero cost shenanigans. And then both Skewer and Malaise. I think Skewer for extra damage. And we're hoping for lethal here. 16 plus 12 is 28. And then a finisher for 3 attacks, so 18. So that's lethal. Yep. Okay. Yeah, more of an X-Cost deck than a Shiv deck at this point, but it's an X-Cost Snecko deck, I think is the most reasonable way to describe this. I think I'm no on Dagger Throw. I don't see the point. This could be our second to last fire, so I think this is going to be our key. The classic floor 42, 43, get all the keys moment. Ooh, Potion Belt with White Beast Statue would have been nice, but this has to be our blue key. Is that a bomb? It is. Pretty happy to lose Infinite Blades. Haven't really been making much use out of that. Cloak and Dagger is one of the best cards in the deck. Choke has been paying off quite a bit. Infinite Blades can go. Question marks. Question mark before the elite and 2 fights, or 2 question marks after the elite and 1 fight. This is one of the hardest class of problems to make, because there's like no reason to make it one way or the other. The question mark is probably just a fight, and it's just like an ordering thing. Mind Bloom is okay, sure. I think... no, I did not remove Relic Stats. Is it not working? Should be working. What are you messing over? I think we'll do the extra question mark. We do have a Smoke Bomb for this, so we can just dodge this fight if we want. Anytime this looks bad, we out. Oh, now it does. Interesting. I think we just doppel for 3 here. Doppelganger with Ice Cream and Chemex is kind of silly. Actually, this is for 5 if we play it, so that would way overdraw us. Hey, Olo143. How's it going? I guess we can choke into Acrobatics Reflex and then doppel for 2. Maybe we'll get some free stuff. Hell yeah, we got free stuff. Okay, neat. Do we have boot? We had boot last run. If we can't block for 21, we're just gonna Smoke Bomb. I don't think we're willing to lose. Actually, if we lose 14 health, then we only lose 2 health. And we can weaken him. So he only hits for 12. 12 is inconvenient, actually. I guess we can just block 12 out. Probably. But I'm ready to pull that button if he's, if this is going to be a health negative fight, we're out. Malaise for 5 seems good. Sure. Okay, definitely not going to be a health negative fight if he's malaise for 5. He's going to have trouble doing any damage. Dude, Act 3 Masterful Stab has been getting in there. We don't need a Smoke Bomb. We're winning everything by a mile. There's another Cloak and Dagger plus. I think we kind of want as many of these as we can find. This will be our 4th one. Double Collector bonus. Nice, nice. Maybe Smoke Bomb is better than Dex Pot? Like, what is Dex Pot saving us from? What is Smoke Bot saving us from? Yeah, let's take a Dex Bomb. Okay. Oh, see? This is a Smoke Bomb fight. Darn. We could Adrenaline to try and get some better stuff. Draw 2 cards, hope they're good. Yeah, we definitely should have Smoke Bombed this fight. This was a mistake. Okay, that's a little better. So this does 33, so he's taken care of. So we just go after this guy. Alright, maybe we didn't need Smoke Bomb to get through this fight. So, Spiker. We want to, like, Phantasmal Killer into Choke to kill him. Ideally. Playing Cloak and Dagger is going to fill our hand up with stuff we can't use. So I'm just going to Mayhem Doppelganger. This fight's really scary. Ah, damn it. Okay, so now we want to take 3 damage. Which we can do exactly with Cloak and Dagger and then punch the Spiker. So let's get some room in hand. Block for 3 and then choke him. And then play, ideally, 4 cards against Repulsor to kill him. There notably silly decks you've had before. Are there any notably silly decks? Had a deck with 3 vaults. Snecko deck with an alpha and 2 omniscience. Yeah, I've had a lot of silly decks, to be honest. I think most decks end up being silly in one way or another. Yeah, exactly. When I played the Mayhem, I was like, I want to do this for an extra card, but then I was like, but what if it hits Spiker? And I was like, well, whatever. But then, yeah, it hit him really hard. Wow, kind of a tough choice here. Skewer with Ice Cream Chemex, or Cloak and Dagger with Wristblade. The thing that always stands out to me, my favorite, like, Slay the Spire decks are all-for-one decks with 2 copies of Madness that do some sort of silly shenanigans. I think it's Cloak and Dagger. Skewer is nice, but I kind of want to save the energy for Malaise. And I kind of want to play Cloak and Dagger like 3 times a turn. Now what? Probably Poison Pot over Deck Spot, right? We don't get a lot of value out of Deck Spots. Surprise Shop, okay. If you insist. What does Apotheosis do? Upgrades Malaise and Doppelganger. Upgrades Concentrate and Reflex. And what does Mayhem Plus do? Upgrades Mayhem if it's in hand. Not a ton, but it's still good. It can also upgrade Shivs in hand. Has a random cost. We could just save money for the Act 4 shop at this point. We're like almost there. So if there's nothing we're like super excited about, we should probably just not spend money. Apogtheosis. Yeah, it's okay. We don't have like strikes or defends to hit though. Like it's mostly just hitting nothing. It's good on like chokes and melees and stuff. Shivs, eviscerate. Alright, it is good. Fine, I'll take Apotheosis. Alright, and then we're done, right? Oh wait, there's a Blade Dance. That was like the card we were looking for so much early, but we never found one. Now that we found one, it's kind of too late. It's not good anymore. With the Apotheosis, we actually, we wish that our Phantasmic was unupgraded now, because then we could upgrade it to costing 0 in hand. Oh well. One more chance at Mind Bloom. Nope, just another fight. Okay, let's start with Choke. And Adrenaline. Yeah, exactly. It used to be a Shiv deck, and then we grew up. And now it's a serious business adult deck. We're playing 4 cards, so 20 damage plus 4 cards kills him. Thanks for the follow, Nicholas Derbez. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. You think Apotheosis is too OP? It's definitely strong. I don't think it's too OP. I want to discard something else and then discard Reflex, but I can't do that. It's the only discard in hand, so I guess I'll do it right now for the 1 card. That 1 card is a 0-cost Choke. Okay, so we're playing 3 6 cards from those. 7, and then I guess 8, 9. We're definitely killing everybody. But he's taking 27 just from the Choke, so we don't need to worry about him. This is absurd. Okay. Only had like 100 leftover damage that turn. Dash with Snecko Eye seems pretty good. It's kind of a weird Act 3 pick, just because it's an expensive card. Yeah, we should pick Dash. Apotheosis Dash. This isn't really a skill deck, it's kind of an attack deck. Yeah, I want to take a Dash. No Liquid Bronze, we've got better potions. And I think we'll upgrade the Malaise. Because that's how we're beating Time Lord. At least that's the plan. Alright. No rest for the vegetables. It's coming at us on turn 1. We drew both reflexes, that's unfortunate. What do we do? Yeah, 80% of our cards are skills, that's true. Power Pot Wraith Form, that seems like a bit of a panic maneuver. I don't think we're that panicked. Would he purge negative strength? He does, yeah. So if possible, we could get like an early split and then Malaise the second phase. That'd be nice. Assuming we're doing a big ice cream Malaise thing. I don't want to shuffle Shivs. I think we just save the rest, take 18, use the Poison Pot. There's big Malaise. Malaise for 7. I wish we had like a Fumes or something to just like kill him with 0 cards. I guess we could get one. I think I will look for it. Probably tools the trade. Noxious Fumes is what I'm talking about. See if I spelled that right. Nailed it. Yeah, we don't want to play a million cards in this fight. So I guess actually, if he's really not hitting us like ever again, we can just build up infinite energy and then just kill him with Skewer. How much energy do we need to kill him with Skewer? It's only like 46, right? This doesn't matter. So 46 would take us how many turns to build up to? It's just like totally irresponsible. It's like kind of silly. So we can play like Tools Apotheosis this turn. Wait, that's spending 3 energy. Why am I doing that? So 46 energy, when we currently have 5, is 41 more than we have, which would be waiting for 14 turns. He does hit for 14 sometimes, but this is the only attack that does anything. And he's got -7. He's got 7 weak, so the weak does actually wear off. And eventually his head slam starts hitting for 32 minus 8's 24. So how often does he head slam? 35%. So, okay, so if we're waiting 14 turns, he's probably gonna, let's see, 14 times 0.35 is about 5. So he's gonna reverberate maybe 5 times. We'll round it up to 6. It's really 4.9, but we'll assume it's 6 for the worst case scenario. So he attacks for 14 3 times, and then 24 3 times. Doesn't seem really reasonable. But we don't have to go like all the way, right? We can just like play powers when they cost 0 or whatever, and block out as we need to, and save energy otherwise. Skewer is definitely the most card-efficient card in the deck, right? So, like, maybe we play an Eviscerate for 0 when we see one. Other than that, we just chill. I mean, if he wants to keep hitting for 0, I will build up to 46 and one-shot him. It's fine with me. Could play Adrenaline. I think I kind of want to keep 4 cards around, just in case. That's true if we Doppel one turn. Or Phantasmal Killer, rather. Wait, no, Doppel doesn't do what you're saying. No, Doppel doesn't double our energy. It just, yeah, Doppel with Ice Cream just does the same thing as Ice Cream does. You don't get to... Because you have to spend all the energy and then you get it back. It would mean we would draw a million cards, but... if we line up Phantasmal Killer, well, then that's true, but... okay, so Dash blocks out. It's 1 card. Okay. Take 1. Yeah, it does give +2 energy, that's true. Couple of zero-cost eviscerates in hand, so I think we're going to just proc the clock this turn. We'll do like double eviscerate and neutralize. Keep the weak going. Are we sitting for 1? Oh my gosh. The damage. This concentrate's worth positive block too. It's another eviscerate for 0. So now we only need 30 energy, and we're getting pretty close. Skewer's in hand. Alright, I think we'll just concentrate, take 3. What if we split him this turn? What if we, like, choke, Cloak and Dagger, Eviscerate, Finisher, and stuff? Why not Doppel? I didn't want to waste a card. So if we play 10 cards this turn, we proc his Clock, and then... I guess we just drew Skewer, though, so we're not anywhere close to it. Playing 10 cards seems pretty appealing. We likely have weak next turn. We also have 2 turns to draw back to Skewer, right? I think we do it. So choke plus 9 cards is 15 or 16 plus 45, so 61. So definitely splitting if we want. Possibly threatening lethal. We're getting so close to Skewer lethal, though. I think I'm just gonna chill. I guess we want to draw back to Skewer so I can acrobatics now. Do another eviscerate. Wait, this eviscerate would put him below 240. Actually, below 240... No. Below 240 gives him his strength back. We don't want that. No, I'm not going to try to take 5 for the meat on the bone. We've got Pantograph triggering after this fight, before the next one, so we're actually already at full health. I know you were trying to meme, but I had thought about that. Okay. So let's go ahead and backflip, because it costs 0 and blocks out. And then we have lethal next turn if we draw Skewer. Yeah, weak is wearing off. Wait, I guess we can eviscerate now, because he's got armor. It only does 7 damage, though. It's not worth doing. Not worth the time it takes. You were right, Bad Terrence. But were you talking about the ice cream weird skewer thing? Because I don't know. I feel like I made that up. Alright, well this is super fun. We can even concentrate first, get a little bit extra energy. We got PK as well. Okay. Time Lord, Skewer, Time Lord. Ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh man, that's fun. Okay. Um, Alright, Donu Deka. What do we gotta do to Donu Deka? We can acrobatics to look for better cards and decost eviscerate. I'd kind of like to play Phantasmal Killer this turn, which means we can't play acrobatics. So Phantasmal Killer plus these two blocks for 11. Still take quite a bit of damage. Backflip draws though, so maybe it draws something. But then we don't get the 0-cost Eviscerate, which misses out on 12 damage. And we could draw even better block with Acrobatics. So Acrobatics is 4 cards, 12 damage. I guess we should just play it. Well, no, I was going to play this, but then we could draw a Choke for 0. I guess we can just play both Cloak and Daggers, right? That blocks for 17. Seems like enough. But then we don't get to play Phantasmal Killer or Eviscerate. Alright, I'm gonna go with the Acrobatics line. I think both are reasonable. Didn't work out. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that. Well, this turn hurts. Might be resting at the Act 4 fire, despite the Pantograph. Free Adrenaline. Does Apotheosis for 1 do anything to the costs of cards in hand? It doesn't, right? Still probably getting played, just wanted to consider. The deck does do a lot of damage, but so does Donu Deka. They're not messing around here. Also, we got kind of screwed here. Thanks to Snecko. So it's either like Apotheosis and then one other card and Infinite Blades, or it's other card and then just skip Apotheosis for no reason. So I guess it's Apotheosis. If there was another 2-cost card in hand, we could concentrate, play the Eviscerate for free, and then play the other 2-cost card, but there's no other 2-cost card. It does get extra damage on Evis. If Eviscerate's the card, we should definitely play Concentrate. I guess we should play Consecrate, because then we save energy, right? So we end up with 2 energy at the end of the turn for Ice Cream. I guess we get to play this Eviscerate too, huh? So that's 2 Eviscerates. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright. We do take 30. I think Eviscerate costs the same when upgraded, right? Where are you at? Yeah, it just changes the damage. So if the cost doesn't change, it won't change the cost. Eviscerate for 1 or save 1 energy? I think it's definitely Eviscerate for 1. It's 27 damage. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true. We would have discarded 1 more card. Good point. Alright, Captain's Wheel's trying to save us here. Seems useful. Yep. Yeah, it would have been 12 extra damage. And an extra energy this turn, so we'd have 5 energy and he'd be at 118. Not a titanic shift, but a meaningful one. Dash blocks out here, so we don't really need to play Survivor. We could play Survivor to decost Eviscerate, but why? I think it's just like dash, cloak and dagger, shiv, doppelganger. I'm not like super against eviscerate doppelganger, but doesn't seem necessary. Malaise is next turn, but they've both got their artifact charges up, so that doesn't seem super relevant. Okay. Need a finisher. Concentrate on reflex, could draw one. If that's happening. We could just Survivor the reflex. It seems like we need block. Gets up to 24. See what we get. 24 plus 12. I can't afford all that, but playing Concentrate seems kind of a nothing thing to do. We definitely need to kill Donu next turn. We're not going to survive if he buffs again. Yeah, everything that applies multiples of statuses applies them all at the same time, which kind of irritates me. I think as a game designer, I would prefer if each artifact charge interacted with an individual thing, rather than, like, an artifact charge can be worth, like, if you're playing Watcher and you have duality, a single artifact charge can be, like, worth 20 decks, which just seems wrong. I would prefer if it's like, if you had 20 temporary decks and you had one artifact charge, you'd get one permanent dex and 19 of it would go away. That makes more sense to me. Because the current artifact charge implementation is very swingy and kind of insane. So yeah, the way you're suggesting it would be is he would get -3 strength and 6 weak, which makes more sense, but isn't the way it works. So it would apply nothing and remove 2 artifact charges. We could skewer for 60, means we're 30 off. I don't think we can find 30 damage sitting around anywhere. So do we do 1 Cloak and Dagger and then a Skewer? Yeah, it's a good fight for Noxious Fumes. Fumes is still slow in the fight. I'm not a huge fan of it. Yeah, let's go ahead and block with a Cloak and Dagger. Take 6. And I'll just waste the Malaise. Yeah, I could have concentrated, but what's the... we don't have any Eviscerate this turn, so there's no upside that I can see. Gives 1 energy. It costs 2 and gives 2. Has Snecko been bad? Yeah, Snecko has been bad. Snecko's back to being naughty. Okay, this turn everything costs 0, but we're dying. So, let's see. So we have a Lizard Tail, so we go to 30, and then he hits us for 18. Oh, we thought it upgraded? Yeah, it should upgrade to 3. It's kind of weird how it is now. That it, like, discards 1 fewer cards, but, yeah. I guess the ratio improves slightly. It's not a very good upgrade. It seems like it should upgrade to 3. I would change both numbers, I think. Okay, so we need to do 64 damage to Donut. This does 39. 39 plus 25 is 64. We can do 24 with Shiv, double Shiv, Or triple shiv, I guess. Inconvenient. Maybe there's another way to do it with finisher. Finisher has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks available, I assume. Actually, why would neutralize get played? Yeah, neutralize would have to get played over Cloak and Dagger, so that's not happening. So 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks. So this does 4 attacks, 48 damage. So we're off by 16, which is just 2 shivs. So 2 shivs finisher is perfect. Okay. And the rest goes in onto Deca. Alright. Lizardtail, we've been carrying you for a bunch of acts. Time for you to carry us. Alright. Could use Choke to remove the last artifact charge. Not a huge amount of value there. Could use Backflip to try and draw 0-cost acrobatics. Makes next turn a little better. Next turn's kind of scary because he's attacking again. So let's play Backflip for next turn. Okay, acrobatics too expensive. What's the Mayhem card? It was a Daze. We didn't get there. The Spire slayed us. Drat. Pretty fun to have a Chemex and every single X-Cost card for Silent. Got the whole gang, Doppelganger, Skewer, and Malaise. Very fun Time Lord fight where we skewered him for 30 after malaising him for a similarly large number. Malaise was only for 8, but... no, Malaise was for 10 or something? It was big. If you have both, Fairy and Battle triggers first. Sort of a deck built around 0-cost Eviscerates, so Wristblade, Snecko Eye, and a little bit of discard stuff. The discard stuff was never super consistent. We just had a Concentrate, Tools of the Trade, and an Acrobatics. Phantasmal Killer did a lot of work in Act 2, but never really worked again once we took Snecko Eye. Snecko Eye kind of ruined the Phantasmal Killer. 3 energy Snecko Eye decks can be kind of rough sometimes, and Snecko Eye, it has to be said, gave us far more 3-cost cards than any other cost, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure I'm a big believer in like Reflex Snecko Eye. It seems like with Snecko Eye you're already drawing 7 cards, so like, do you really need to draw 10? Also with, whatchamacallit? The power that makes shivs. What is it? Literally, what is it called? Infinite Blades. With Infinite Blades, sometimes you overflow your hand size because you like make a shiv and then you draw 7 cards and then you want to discard a reflex and you don't have any room for it. Bunch of Cloak and Daggers, which were really good in Act 1 because they did a bunch of damage, but we never really found a defensive scaling solution. We kind of just killed everything really fast and hoped that would be enough, and it was not enough. Yeah, I think our scaling was like ice cream scaling, which is just like a weird direction to try and scale. Ice cream scaling is slow and weird. So I think we should have invested a little bit more energy in how do we block this run. Never did see a Wraith form, so that's kind of like the most obvious way to block. But could have used like a leg sweep or something. We were offered a leg sweep. I think we took actually the Concentrate over a leg sweep. That was probably a mistake. We took no. Was it? It was something else. No, that was last run. Sorry, the last run we took. We skipped a leg sweep. We didn't skip a leg sweep here. Yeah, we actually didn't see any leg sweeps or crippling clouds, I believe. No weak was available. We did pass a. What's the attack that weakens? We did pass that one, so we could have had that. We definitely needed some more weak for Donu Deca specifically. We weren't able to get through the artifact charges, and so the sort of core of the deck fell apart a little bit. The melees to block didn't work in that fight. And it wouldn't have worked in Spire Elites either. I think we probably were fast enough. Yeah, Sucker Punch. I think we probably were fast enough to not care too much about Spire Elites. I think we probably like killed one of them pretty quickly. But we weren't able to get there. I'm not sure Awakened one would have been any better. We kind of got to cheese Time Eater with melees, but we didn't get that privilege against the other two. And I think they both would have eaten us. 60 max HP is just not enough, even if you are at max HP at the beginning of the fight. Yeah, I don't think we could have killed Awakened one either. I don't think Donu Deca was particularly bad luck. I think Donu Deca was probably the harder of the two fights, since we don't really rely on any powers. But I think we would have died to both. Actually, we probably could have done the same skewer trick against Awakened one. We could have melees the first phase for like 30, and then just waited until we got 1,000,000 energy, and then split him, and skewered the second phase. So I guess we would have been better against Awakened one. Yeah, it was an interesting one. A lot of weird stuff going on here. Definitely the highlight was the skewer against Time Lord.